I had been working at the Four Seasons Hotel in California, initially in San Francisco and then after that in Santa Barbara. And they were talking about growth, and I realized that if I really wanted to get my gig, I needed to understand Italian food, not from the Italian-American perspective, but that I wanted to go see it, how it was made, where it was born, and not learn at a school, per se, but learn at the hands of a really good cook. So we wrote a bunch of letters to my dad's contacts in Boeing, and one family responded. So we chose them, of course. And I went to live in a town between Bologna and Florence, literally an hour and a half from Segramino in Tuscany, where my family was from in the old days. Just luck.
Was this like your Kunta Kinte moment? Was
Yeah,
this
it
like
was.
Alex Haley going back to the village?
I'll remember when I was on a train from Bologna to the little hill town that I lived in, and I'm just sitting there with, you know, a duffel bag of scrungy looking clothes, an electric guitar, and a bag of golf clubs. And I'm thinking, I hope this is a good idea. I remember thinking that it was a risky move. I mean, of course, it wasn't that risky. There was always some kind of a support system. But I remember going into what looked like the set of The Sound of Music and thinking, this is not where I just got from.
But did you know, Black Americans go to Africa, they kiss the ground, they cry, you know, they call home. Did you do all that?
I embraced it immediately. I didn't speak Italian yet, so I learned how to speak very quickly. And I was just, within a month after getting over the shock of being in a new place with really no real connection to people I knew, I was immediately enamored by the culture and the people that I was with. And I was lucky because I was with very cool people. And they were very much a family unit, very similar to ours. And like many Italian families in little towns. And it was just, it was a natural fit. I wouldn't say that I had any super moments of recognition, but there was it was clear that I could easily hang here. And I really went for 6 months, and I really stayed for 3.5 years. So it worked.
Would you have rather your family had stayed in Italy and you'd grown up Italian? Or are you glad that they came to the United States? Even with all the mining tragedy, the infant mortality.
Across the board, I am very happy to have been born in the States, to be able to have the opportunity to travel back and understand things in a different way.
But you're still romantic and nostalgic about Italy.
No
Italia.
question. Oh, all the way.
How come you don't live there then? You like it so much?
I may one day soon. It depends. I love the idea of going back or going to, say, the city of Rome and operating a restaurant for a year or two and bringing my kids. I think that's a fascinating opportunity. I think one of the things, if I could, and it depends a lot on our family situations and my parents and my wife's parents and how things change as everyone gets a little bit older every couple of days. But the idea of taking my kids to Europe and letting them live in a situation like I lived in Madrid, it gave me a much better, in my opinion at least, perspective on America's place in the world, my place in America and outside of America, and understanding just how America isn't loved. And I mean, in 1974, that was news. In 1999 or 2009 or 2020, America not being loved isn't such breaking news. But in 1974, for a kid who grew up on the West Coast and really had never traveled, you know, east of Idaho, that was big news that we weren't the most popular guys on the block. And to see that gives you an understanding of your place in the world, and it makes for hopefully for a wiser child, and I would love that opportunity for my kids.
That's a good way to put it. I hope you get a chance to do that.
I hope so too.